What is up, Croxon clan members, Poke fans, and others who have stumbled upon this video? I'm Source Croxon, and finally, after like 3 weeks since without an episode, Pokemon is finally back. Hopefully, as a weekly basis. But today is episode 52 review of the X and Y anime. Oh my goodness, this one was a good one. This was the episode a lot of people were waiting for. I'm happy and still kind of upset about it, but you know, whatever. So the episode starts off Ash doing some training, you know, because he's got a gym battle soon, right? So he's got to be training. His Froakie and Pikachu are training. And then Stompe, you know, the guy with the Frogadier from before, now has a Greninja. He comes by floating on the shore because he was just attacked. His Greninja is poisoned, and he was hurt. So they feed him some berries, or Clement feeds Greninja a peach berry, and they're trying to ask him what happened, you know, like if he's okay. They're trying to make sure everything's okay. And all of a sudden, a masked man who has like a Shiftry mask on and a Barbaracle shows up and attacks them. And so they have to like kind of defend themselves, but they get destroyed. Like this man just goes in on these guys, and it was basically like Froakie and Pikachu versus Barbaracle. So it's two Pokemon that technically have an advantage over it, and then they couldn't do anything. So what ends up happening? Stompe does his little leaf tornado thingy, and then they go away and they hide in the forest. And we get to see some background. The dude is going after Stompe for a scroll. We get to see some background. Essentially, Stompe's, I'm going to assume, I can't remember if it's his brother. Cause I don't know if it's his brother. I think it's not his brother. I think it's the other guy. It's basically someone who is above Stompe, like I guess like his master or like his sensei or something like that. But I can't remember if that was actually his brother at the same time. He gives him a scroll that he has to take to like a manor, like this, yeah, like a manor, at a distance for a mission. It's kind of like a test type of thing, but Stompe doesn't know it. And then he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And then he leaves with his Greninja. And then they get attacked by the masked man and the Barbaracle, and then they basically get destroyed. And Greninja gets hit with a poison jab, and then they both fall down the cliff and end up on the river. And that's where they met Ash and the gang. And they're like, and then he shows them the scroll that he has to take. And they're like, you know what? We'll go with you. And like, you can't. It's too dangerous. Like, it's better, you know, it's better to have more people, and then, you know, friends and stuff like that. And then I was like, well, yeah, but I mean, I guess if we're gonna go with the typical anime ninja, then that's fine. But usually ninjas are like, you know, one person, unless it's like a clan that is going against like another clan. So he's like, sure, okay, let's do this. And then Clement actually, like, I hate it when he just goes off and says that he expected something like this. Because you don't just expect to be, you know, chased by a fucking ninja, right? And you don't expect that you're going to have some sort of camouflage or a freaking substitute. Because he, for some reason, had a machine that was, like, metallic. They're like bored, like, gosh damn, I can't remember like what they're called, but it's cutouts. That's what they are. They're like cutouts of each of them, like Clement, Bonnie, Serena, Ash, and Stompe, with a little battery on Clement's backpack because he has a backpack, you know, that's a lot bigger than everybody else's, and then moves by itself, giving the illusion of them walking. Right? And he's like, I expected something like this to happen, so I made this. And I'm just sitting there watching this going, how do you expect you're going to need a substitute to hide your real position? Like, and how did you expect you're going to see Stompe again? You're going to need to have Stompe in there. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Clement, either he's a fucking psychic or something, because this is fucking ridiculous. The thing is, the machine works. Like, it actually does its job. And so it keeps walking through the forest. and they're gonna go a different route to try to give the illusion that they're going one way, uh, so that they can go a different way. That's fine. Team Rocket actually ends up falling for it, and they like even do their whole motto and everything. And then, or at least they start. Meowth is like, no, 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 whoa, 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 look, think again. And they look, and it's a fucking, it's the thing walking, and they're like, shit, this is fucking fake. And then Jesse kicks it in the back, and then it blows up. But I'm not gonna count that. That was not a failure. Okay, the machine would have been fine if Jesse didn't get all freaking Jet Li on that shit. Fuck. It was working, so I'll give it that. That one, I'm not counting the explosion because it wasn't even the machine just blowing up randomly. Somebody attacked the power source, and then it blew up. That's fine. I'm not that. That's good. That's good that it worked. But the thing is, they were still able to get to a cliff, or like, yeah, it was like a cliff, and they have a map. They have a map. Sampe has a map. I mean, there's like pathways, right? So there's you can go to the left and it goes around, or you go to the right, which is a bigger, it's a lot longer of a way to get where they need to go. But no matter which way they go, they're not gonna get there before sunset, which is when, like that's the time limit. He needs to be there before sunset. But there's a secret entrance. There's like a shortcut. But he doesn't want to take it because it's too dangerous. They're like, we got this. Don't worry about it. We can do this. And so they're like, okay. And then they're like, it's kind of, you have the mountainside, and there's this little like walkway. It's made out of boards of wood, right? But it's like small. So you have to kind of go against the wall type of thing. Like you can still walk normally, but the best way to do it is like against the wall because it's so small. But you have Sanpei, who's a fucking ninja. He's walking fine. Serena is kind of like holding onto the wall, but she's walking. Ash is just chilling. Like he's kind of like Sanpei over there. He's just walking normally with Pikachu and then Froakie. But Clement and Bonnie are like crawling, and they're like, "Be careful! This is very dangerous." And Clement like tells Bonnie the same thing, and she's like, "I'm more worried about you." And he's like, "Yeah," because Bonnie's just G, right? She's just G. They end up falling though. Like Clement and Serena actually end up falling, and Froakie and Greninja both save them. But if you didn't know that was his tongue before, you definitely know it is now because that thing unraveled its thing and then just threw it. I don't know how he has such a long tongue. That's disgusting. But he grabs Serena, and then Froakie used his Frubbles like a chain to grab Clement by the leg. And I would prefer the Froakie thing than have Greninja's tongue all around me, because that's gross. I'm just saying that's pretty gross. But anyway, so they get rescued. They keep going. They go through this cave, and there's some Golbats that attack them. They're able to kind of get away, but like with smoke screen. But one of the Golbats uses the air cutter, and then it's about to hit Clement, and we don't see what happens. We see Ash, Sanpei, Pikachu, Greninja, and Froakie outside the cave, but we don't see anybody else. The masked man shows up again, and they're gonna have a battle. And this time it's a 3-on-1. You have freaking Barbarical versus Froakie, Pikachu, and Greninja. And I'm just sitting there like, this is very unfair. But the dude was still putting in the work. Like, they couldn't touch this man. Like, he was going in. Team Rocket ends up showing up, and he gets upset at them for messing with him. Like, he's over here doing something, right? He's trying to have, take these guys' scroll, and these douchebags come in to mess everything up. And he actually attacks them to get the fuck out of there. Like, it was the stupidest thing ever. I'm just sitting there like, okay, now that's a real ninja right there. He doesn't want to take no business from anybody else. This is his job. And they get blown away. I mean, I still hate the fact that Team Rocket did anything, but just the fact that you have this character like not taking any shit from anybody, right? Because this is what he's doing something, and you're gonna come in and interrupt this man while he's being a boss. I don't fucking think so. It was so dumb. And then the fight continues, but they get wrecked. Like I said, they were getting wrecked, and Froakie actually gets blown away. He like thrown into the fucking mountain. And then Ash and Pikachu get hit with a mud shot, so that like their faces are covered, they can't see anything, and so they're like wiping their face. And then he's like poison jab, and he's like they do the slow like dramatic build, like walk over there and like charging up the poison jab, walking towards him, and do the thing where he's about to strike, and then Froak is like wrong, like trying to break out of the boulders, and he like blows him away when he starts evolving, and he like dashes over there and blocks the poison jab with his fucking head, and then he starts evolving, and then he turns into a Frogadier, and I'm sitting there like, yay. I know a lot of people are gonna be bashing me because I'm hating on. I don't like the Froakie line. I'm sorry. I don't like Greninja. I don't like Frogadier. I don't like any of them. So while I'm happy that Ash finally evolved a water starter, a water main, just a main water type, it's like I don't care that it's Frogadier. I don't care that he's gonna have a Greninja because I don't really care about the Pokemon. I think it's cool that he finally got out of the stupid thing where he doesn't want to evolve a main water type, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be the most excited and hyped up about it because it's a Pokemon I don't really care about. But anyways, it's still cool, Now I just want to ask, how the fuck is it that a Frogadier can start putting in work against a Barbarical? Yeah, Greninja can't even touch this man. Okay, like I just want to ask, like, is it that Sampe is such a bad trainer that his Greninja sucks ass, or that for some reason Ash's Frogadier is like Ash's Pikachu, where it's the most awesome Pikachu in the world? Like legit, like what? I don't know. But anyways, they end up winning. He gets Aerial Ace. And his Aerial Ace is the weirdest thing ever. It doesn't even look like Aerial Ace. Like he goes in and it looks like he's using karate chop, and then he does like a kick to the face, and then he like jumps back down and like stabs him in the freaking chest. And I'm like, since when is that Aerial Ace? Like it doesn't even look like Aerial Ace. But then the masked man like goes away and tells them to go to the manor, and that's where they'll find their friends. It's a trap. It's a trap. And so, but they're like, we have to go. And they go over there, and oh, well, look at that. Freaking Bonnie, Clement, and Sweet are just chilling, doing nothing. Like, they were over there putting in work. They have to, like, climb all the way down there. After a battle, mind you, all tired and having to deal with Team Rocket and everything. And they're just chilling right there. They're just, what's up? We're waiting. We've been waiting. I'm like, you could have, I don't even know, man. But anyways, the masked man shows up. Turns out that he's the sensei slash brother. I don't freaking know if it was brother, but he shows up and he said that there was a test to see how much Sampe had grown in his travels and all that stuff. And it was pretty cool. It was really cool. He delivers the scroll. The scroll was empty too. It was a stupid thing. But anyways, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode. It ends with like it looks like it's gonna be like an Ash versus Sampe fight, but of course this is just for dramatic effect. It's not gonna go through the next episode. But it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad Pokemon's back. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Source Croxon, and I'll see you guys in future videos. If you just a quick reminder, if you haven't been able to vote for the straw poll, or if you're new to the channel, go to the description. There will be a link to a straw poll so you can vote for the next walkthrough of the channel, as well as all the links to the websites that eventually will have the new episode out, English dub. But yeah, so later, guys.